Okay, I want you to imagine something for a second. A place where your name isn't a word you write down. It's a melody, a personal song that is yours and only yours, from the day you're born until the day you die. Now, this isn't some fantasy novel. This is a real place. It's a village in India called Kongthong, and its tradition is one of the most unique on the entire planet. So let's dive into how and why this incredible musical identity even exists.
And this isn't some ancient, forgotten legend. No, it's a living, breathing practice happening right now. As one vlogger who visited put it, the second you get there, you're just surrounded by this 360-degree soundscape of people calling out to each other, not with words, but with their own personal songs.
So in this explainer, we're going to peel back the layers of this amazing custom. We'll start by finding out where this village of songs is. Then we'll get into the mother's melody and how it's created. We'll look at the ancient origins, connect it all to its matrilineal foundation, and finally, take a look at what the future holds for these musical names. All right, first up, a village of songs. So where in the world is this place? Kongthong is tucked away deep in the East Khasi Hills of Meghalaya in northeast India. And this isn't just any old spot. It's a region that's already famous for its breathtaking landscapes and incredibly unique cultures. It's kind of the perfect backdrop for a tradition this special. You know, to really put into perspective just how special this is, India has other places known for sound, like Vaimoji, which is famous for its whispering wind. But Kongthong, that's totally different. The sound there doesn't just come from nature, it is the identity of the people themselves. And just think about the scale of this thing. We're talking about a small, super close-knit community of only about 700 to 750 people. They're part of the Khasi tribe. And in this village, every single person has their own tune, a unique musical ID that nobody else has ever had and nobody else ever will. So how does this actually work? I mean, who makes up these names? What are they even called? Let's break down the beautiful mechanics behind this whole tradition. The practice itself is called Jingrwai iwabei, and that name holds the key to its entire meaning. It's not just a whistling name. In the Khasi language, it actually translates to the melody sung in respect of the root ancestress. Right away, that tells you this is a tradition that's deeply tied to heritage, and especially to honoring their female lineage. The life cycle of one of these tunes is, well, it's both simple and incredibly profound. It all starts with a mother who gets inspired by nature around her and composes a brand new melody for her child. After the baby is born, she hums it constantly, like a lullaby, until the infant just recognizes it as their own. That melody becomes their identity for their entire life. And here's the most poignant part. When a person passes away, their song dies with them. It's never, ever used again for another person. And get this, each person actually has two versions of their name. First, there's a short tune. You can think of it like a nickname or a pet name. It's what family uses at home. It's really an intimate expression of love. But then there's the long tune. This one can last up to 18 seconds, and it's the one they use to call out to each other across the huge hilly landscape, letting it just echo through the valleys. But why? Why did this whole thing even start? Well, there isn't one simple answer. Instead, there are a few really fascinating theories that have been passed down for generations, and they give us some incredible clues about its origins. Okay, so the first theory is born from pure practicality. Before we even get into the spiritual or cultural reasons, you gotta wonder, could this incredible tradition have started out as just a simple, clever life hack for their environment? And the answer seems to be a big yes. In the steep, rugged mountains of the Khasi Hills, a whistled melody just carries so much farther and clearer than a shouted word. It was, quite simply, the most effective way for people to find each other when they were spread out, working in the fields, or gathering food in the dense forests. The second theory, though, this one takes us from the practical right into the mystical. What if these song names weren't just for talking to each other, but for hiding from something else entirely? So this idea is rooted in a really deep spiritual belief. The ancestors of Kongthong believed that evil spirits roamed the forests, and they thought these spirits could actually hear a person's spoken name, catch it, and then use it to cause sickness or harm. The melodic tunes, however, acted like a kind of sacred camouflage. To the spirits, the song sounded just like the calls of birds and other animals, which kept the villagers safe. All right, the third theory is maybe the most powerful one, mainly because it's literally written into the name of the practice itself. Remember that name? Jingrwai. It means melody for the root ancestress. According to this belief,
Every single tune a mother creates isn't just a name for her child, it's an act of respect. It's a tribute to the original woman who founded their entire clan. So with every call that echoes through those hills, they're reinforcing their history and their cultural values. And this brings us right to the foundation of this whole tradition. It's a powerful concept that is the bedrock of all Khasi society, matrilineal. This is the absolute key to understanding why it is always the mother and only the mother who composes the song. You see, the Khasi are a matrilineal society. This means that family lineage, inheritance, clan identity, everything is traced through the mother's side. Their core principle is Longjait Naka Kinte, which means from the woman, the clan ascends. In this worldview, a woman isn't just a member of the family, she is the guardian of the clan itself. And preserving this identity is a very conscious effort. There are movements, like the Sangkasi, that were formed specifically to protect and uphold the unique traditions of the tribe, especially its matrilineal system, as they faced all these external cultural and religious pressures over the last century. So why can't a father compose the tune? When a local was asked about this, their answer was just profound. They explained it's not a rule about permission. It's about a unique and sacred ability. The tune is said to come from a mother's heart, given to her child during those intimate, nurturing moments like breastfeeding, a connection that is completely, uniquely hers. So, in our hyper-connected, modern world of today, what's the future for a tradition that's rooted in melody and distance? Well, it seems like the world is finally starting to listen in. Just in 2023, the village's unique heritage was officially recognized when it won the Best Tourism Village Award from India's Ministry of Tourism. And that has brought a whole new level of appreciation and attention to their ancient practice. But of course, that attention comes with challenges. Mobile phones are changing the very way people communicate, the very thing that gave birth to Jingrwai. But the community is fighting back. They're trying to get official protection through UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage designation. And the younger generation is adapting in a pretty brilliant way. They're recording their personal tunes and using them as custom ringtones. This mix of old and new has also attracted researchers from all over the world, the USA, Germany, Japan, all eager to study and help preserve this amazing whistled language. Which brings us to a final thought. We live in a world that's defined by usernames, by handles, and digital profiles, things that are often disposable and anonymous. The tradition of Kongthong offers such a powerful contrast, an identity that is musical, deeply personal, and created purely from an expression of a mother's love. It really makes you wonder, in the end, what can a name that is a song teach us about connection, about community, and about who we really are?